put 6 quarts of Texas dirt in your car instead of oil. And you say, well, there's probably some oil in there because it's Texas dirt. And that's how insane it is to just eat well and expect to get everything you need. Ask Steve Jobs how that worked for him. He died at 56 because he ate well, cooked everything in extra virgin olive oil. And he died of a cancer that's produced by his diet. His chef killed him as sure as he shot him in the head.
Break down briefly that diet.
Well, the diet is no bad stuff, no fried foods, no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, no oils, including olive oil and coconut oil, absolutely no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats. And then you have to supplement with the 90 essential nutrients. There's zones on Earth. There's 20 places on Earth where people have them naturally in the soil, and they're still burning wood and taking the wood ashes and putting them in their gardens, so they're getting those minerals recycled. That ended for us here in America at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday, September 4th, 1882, when Thomas Edison pulled the switch on the first commercial electric generating plant. Everybody flipped over to electricity, stopped burning wood. We had no more wood ashes to put in our garden, and that was the beginning of the end. In 1936, U.S. Senate Document 264 came out. U.S. Senate Document 264 came out and said there's no longer enough nutritional minerals in our soil to support human health.
So they started artificially adding just a few, but it's not what we need. Dr. Wallach of Dead Doctors Don't Lie, Fame, and, of course, the new book, Epigenetics, InfoWarsHealth.com. Thank you so much, sir.
Well, God bless you, Alex, for all the great stuff you do. Thank you so much for your hospitality. Look forward to working with you for another 100 years, buddy.
All right, he's awesome. And, again, if you go to InfoWarsHealth.com or InfoWarsTeam.com, you can order online there the great longevity products and support our broadcast as well. Find the book there. And you can also call the toll-free number, 888-789-9277. 888-789-9277, InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsTeam.com, and find all the videos and information and the NBA stars and folks that changed their lives, Theo Ratliff and others. Find it all there on the site. Okay, we're going to get Gerald Celente on now for the balance of the hour. And I'm just going to go through news with him and get his take on all of it. But when I called to get him on today, and I appreciate him coming on short notice, I did it because he's always getting really exercised and upset, and should be, about the IRS grabbing people's bank accounts because they make small cash deposits. That's not illegal. Or because they take cash out. The war on cash. I mean, we've had the government to harass us when we go to Bilderberg and stuff, cancel our rent cars, cancel my credit cards. I'll take secret cards I open up right before, just so I have them. I give thousands of dollars to each crew member, because that's what they need just to get around and pay their bills. And you go to the bank, and I go, yeah, I need $12,000 out. And they'll go, excuse me? And I go, we have hundreds of thousands of dollars of payroll going through your bank every few weeks. You're acting like I'm bad wanting $12,000? They get a bank manager over, and what's this for, Mr. Jones? I go, we got to fill out a report. Fill out your suspicious person's report. I'm not going to tell you what cash is. I pay the fake IRS tax. I jump through all the hoops. This is how they persecute people. The Tea Party, gun owners, you name it. We have to break the IRS and abolish them, not grovel to them. And the know your customer garbage that George Herbert Walker Bush got through, where they surveil every purchase you make. The government does without warrants. And that's back in the news today. So I wanted to get Gerald Celente on about that. Also, feds urge banks to call cops on customers who withdraw $5,000 or more. This is on Infowars.com, Infowars.com story by Paul Joseph Watson, also on DrudgeReport.com. The Justice Department is ordering bank employees to consider calling the cops on customers who withdraw $5,000 or more. So now it's not even a fake know your customer, it's just call the cops. A chilling example of how the war on cash is intensifying. Banks are already required to file suspicious activity reports on their customers with threats of fines and even jail time for directors if financial institutions don't meet quotas. But as investor and financial blogger Simon Black points out last week, a, quote, senior official from the Justice Department spoke to a group of bankers about the need for them to rat out their customers to the police for stuff that's not illegal. But then they misapply and claim, well, I as an agent believe it's money laundering. So then they indict you off of their belief. Well, I believe you're Santa Claus. Doesn't mean it's true. Assistant Attorney General Leslie Caldwell gave a speech in which she urged banks to, quote, alert law enforcement authorities about the problem so the police can seize the funds. See, because cops will say under federal asset forfeiture, $1,000 is something they're going to seize because they can test the money and find drugs on it. Almost all money has drugs on it, or at least initiate an investigation. So rat them out so we can bank rob them on the road when they leave.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug-out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of Slingbow, a new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it led back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson, I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
InfoWars Life and InfoWarsLife.com is extremely excited to announce our latest release, Winter Sun, a revolutionary type of vitamin D3. Winter Sun is a premium quality vitamin D3 nutritional supplement. It is produced by extracting oil from healthy, nutrient-dense plants known as lichens. Every batch is analyzed for purity and D3 content. It's completely free of toxins and allergens. Simply put, if you want the best at an extremely low price, this is it. Winter Sun is the result of our pursuit of the best source of vitamin D3. The research and development took over 2 years, but the result, as verified by independent laboratories, is the best vegan vitamin D3 product in the world. Read the facts at InfoWarsLife.com about Winter Sun Vitamin D3. Not only does vitamin D3 promote a healthy mood, but vitamin D supports our memory and brain function, something the globalists are targeting. Visit InfoWars.com today or call 888-253-3139.
The human body is extraordinary. Despite all the stresses we inflict upon it, it still works hard to stay in balance. Thousands upon thousands of people rely upon Heart and Body Extract to help their body stay balanced. This excellent 100% natural herbal formula helps maintain healthy blood pressure levels, cleans arteries, promotes good circulation, balances cholesterol, and more. HB Extract, paired with healthy lifestyle choices like good nutrition and exercise, can give you a life free of pain, sickness, and fear. Recapture your youthful vitality and experience your body healing itself with the aid of HB Extract. It's extremely effective and it starts working in just days. Visit hbextract.com to learn more and to read scores of testimonials from satisfied customers. And we've never increased our price in over 10 years. That makes Heart and Body Extract as great a value now as it was the first day we sold it. A healthy heart is a happy heart. Call 866-295-5305 or go to hbextract.com.
Usually, the older one gets, the less you are able to absorb amino acids and the less you are able to repair the 100 trillion cells of your body. As a result, you'll have less energy, your tissues will shrink, and you'll become wrinkled. An older person will typically injure more easily and heal more slowly. Not fun. However, if you could consume a protein powder that is easier to absorb, then you may be able to gain back some strength, muscle, and speed of recovery. One World Whey is a highly digestible whey protein powder that may be the perfect answer for you.
My name is Errol. I'm 74 years old. You know, the taste of One World Whey is amazing. I play pickleball, and since taking One World Whey and your trace mineral supplement, I have more energy and recover faster from my working out. I used to take another grass-fed whey protein powder, but now I'm getting much better results using One World Whey.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldway.com.
He's going the distance. He's going for speed. She's all alone.
Well, when I saw these stories in the New York Times and up on Infowars.com, feds urged banks to call cops on customers who withdraw $5,000 or more. I had to get Gerald Celente on. And they tell the cops, we're going to call you so you can pull them over and seize the cash when they leave, and it's your money. But they say, oh, under asset forfeiture seizure, it doesn't need to be illegal. And then almost all money has trace drugs on it, so that's their argument. And they're seizing old ladies' restaurants, you name it. That's in the New York Times. They had hearings on it last month, but they're not stopping. I want to thank the crew, by the way, for doing a great job. Cut to them in the TV studio. If you're radio listeners, you can go to Infowars.com/show, and you can see the crew in there doing a great job. But I wanted to get Gerald Celente on about this and just the whole waterfront of what's going on, because I've been doing this 23 years, 20 years on air. I was a guest on other shows and things 22 years ago, but I've been on air with my own show for 22 years. We're now seeing more tyranny in a week than I would see in 6 months previous. I mean, the power grabbing over the internet and over the borders imploding and global treaties that no one's allowed to see, and just all of it. Police in Wisconsin to take DNA forcibly from anyone with a misdemeanor. Stories about police with the CIA now grabbing your data without warrants. I mean, this is all mainstream news. Gerald Celente, what in the world is going on? What are the elites doing? Because it's not just happening here, it's happening all over the world. And I know your pet peeve is this war on cash. They want us cashless so they can put global taxes, currency taxes, money transfer taxes, and track everything we do. They want to illegally surveil us. I guess now putting your blinds down will be illegal. I mean, it is not illegal to get cash. What is going on? I know you've really written about this and talked about this. Internal capital controls.
Well, on the money end, you know, I wrote back in 2009 when things were really shaky. I tried taking money out of a key bank over here. We did a story in the Trends Journal about how they harassed me and had me sign all these papers. And I had to put up a fuss to get my money. And then back in, as a matter of fact, I even did it on your show. A few years later, it happened to me again at HSBC. Oh, it was an ugly picture. I threatened to call the police. They would not give me my money. And it was well over $5,000. And they kept asking me what I was going to use the money for. And I kept saying, none of your business. Who do you think you are? You didn't ask me where I got the money from when I put it in your bank. How dare you ask me? This went on for almost a day. Then you start adding up the pieces. 2011, Halloween night, the perfect time for the clowns to pull a dirty trick. John the Slime Corzine, everybody's Democratic lovely boy from Jersey, former head of the Goldman Sachs gang, a low-life piece of garbage who gets a free ride for bringing down MF Global. Remember, I had my money with them, and I couldn't get it out. And then they ended up taking a good, not a huge part, but a piece of it, and it only took me a couple of years to get it back. And I told the story of what happened on 9/11. When I saw the trade towers coming down, the first thing I did, I picked up the phone. I had money in Fleet Bank, certificates of deposit. In those days, Alex, they used to have a thing called interest rates where you could make money on them. So I had our company's money in CDs up in Fleet Bank up in Boston. I said, oh, this is Mr. Celente. I'd like my money transferred to the Rhinebeck, my Rhinebeck account, because I don't know. I'm watching the trade towers come down. Hey, something they never talk about, all those military guys. Remember somebody whacked the Pentagon? Yeah, I remember that one too. So I don't know if there's going to be a nuclear explosion on one of the rotted power plants on the Hudson River, Indian Point. So if that happens, I want to get out of here. So I want to get my money, you know, Gerald Celente's GC's 3Gs, guns, gold, and a getaway plan. I'm going to head to Canada, 4.5 hours away from here. From Canada, I could go anywhere. So they say to me before I give them my wire transfer information, Mr. Celente, certificates of deposit are financial instruments, and Wall Street is closed. You can't get your money. 3 strikes, you're out. I got 3 strikes against me. They wouldn't give me my money on 9/11. HSBC Slimers wouldn't give me my money. The key bank lowlifes.
And Corzine grabbed your money, so that's 4 strikes. Stay there. We're going to come back and talk about the big picture, the hell of a cashless robo-apocalypse when everything is digital, the mark of the beast with Gerald Celente.
On the march, the empire.